I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Spotlight On. I am your host, Trina Dong, and I am so excited for the person that is joining us today. We have actress, singer, songwriter, Hannah Zeile. Hi, Hannah.
Hi everyone. Hi, how are you?
Good. So excited to have you. As you all know, Hannah stars in the hit NBC series This Is Us as Teen Kate, and she's got a new single coming out this week, guys. So we're going to talk about everything. Hannah, I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Good. We're in quarantine. You're in quarantine. We're all in Los Angeles. How's it been going?
I'm sorry, I can hear like everything playing back in my ears.
Oh, that's okay. Can you hear me now?
I just can hear, oh, 1 second. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There you go.
Sorry guys, this is my first Zoom experience.
No, you're doing great.
My quarantine it's been okay. I know that it's like a really just weird and crazy time, and I already kind of suffer with anxiety, so I know that it's been pretty anxious as well, but I know that it's what needs to be done, and I'm just, doing what I can to help. I'm staying home. I've been finding creative outlets like making music, and I have a little French bulldog that I've been walking around to get a little bit of exercise, and just trying to find the silver lining in things.
Fun. Any new hobbies that you picked up with all of your spare time?
I don't know if I'd call it a hobby, but I did try that viral whipped coffee.
You did?
How
did it go?
I mean, it's pretty embarrassing that the first time I tried, I whipped for like 45 minutes straight and my arm was literally tired and nothing was happening. And I thought it was just a big hoax. And then I realized I was whipping ground coffee and not instant coffee. So felt after I sulked in shame for a little bit, I picked myself back up and tried it again with the instant coffee. And now I'm like semi-pro now. I'm pretty good.
All right, cool. So you like the taste of it?
I do. A lot of people think it's too sweet, but I personally like sweet coffee. So
hot take from Hannah Zeile, guys. It works, and do it. What have you been streaming? A lot of people have been streaming This Is Us, of course, but any movies or TV shows that you've been doing that you want to fill us in on?
I think pretty much everyone watched Tiger King, so I was one of those that watched Tiger King as well. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm starting Breaking Bad from the beginning because they have the entirety on Netflix, and I had watched like a couple seasons, and then life got in the way and I never finished. So now is the perfect time to like watch it from beginning to end all the way through. And I was told that the season finale is like really epic and makes it all worth watching. So I'm excited.
It will be. It's insane. That's a good one to watch right now because you will watch it consistently. It's a good one. It's a good choice. So let's talk about This Is Us. Mm-hmm. So you play Teen Kate, as we said before. Tell me a little bit about when you got offered that role and how you felt knowing that you were going to join such an amazing cast, amazing creators. How did that feel?
So when I auditioned, there was 2 episodes that had already been released. Mm-hmm. And it was already picking up traction and getting some buzz. So I've told this story a bunch, but it's just my origin. I was literally cashiering at Chipotle when I got the audition. I hadn't been on an audition in 4 years because I wanted to just go to high school, and like that was my main priority, was like my friend group and everything going on in high school shenanigans. So then when I turned 18, I spoke with my team and let them know that I wanted to actually pursue it as a career now that I'm older. And so I was cashiering at Chipotle, and my first audition was for This Is Us. And so the show wants you to come to his office. I could meet that Uberman again because I had like the most memorable experience of my life ever, just in the backseat of his car. I'm like calling my family crying, and he's just driving. And when it was all done, he just looked in the mirror and was like, "I'm going to look out for you." I was like, "Oh."
Well, I'm sure he is, because you absolutely kill it on the show.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Do you work with Chrissy and the other Kates at all as far as developing the character, or do you guys just kind of do what you're going to do based on the stage in their life?
I would say that I feel like because I'm just like a fan of the show, that watching Chrissy's performances, I've probably subconsciously taken some of her mannerisms. There's feel very much my own, and she feels like her own individual character just because she's so different. Like that's how we go. We shed parts of ourselves as we grow and as we change and evolve. And so and I'm really grateful that Chrissy has trusted me to let the teenage years really feel like my own and make my own choices for her.
Amazing.
I mean, I think there's several. I think probably just the sequence of events with Jack's death was probably the most challenging physically, also because we were doing our own stunts till 4 a.m. like you know, during the fire, working with actual fire, but also emotionally it was something that we'd worked up to for so long, so there was a lot of pressure on it to make it as special as possible for the audience to watch, and it felt really important. And also just some of the scenes, they actually get checked out because he breathed in smoke. They have no idea that anything's going to go wrong. So it's hard in a scene when you can't amp yourself up before, because like we were supposed to be just sitting waiting for them to get home, and then Rebecca walks in alone, so we have to go from completely oblivious. Those are my favorite days. We have so much fun when the three of us all get to work together, and we have a really strong bond and friendship off camera, and I feel like that shows on screen, and it's developed our character relationship on screen as well. And I know a lot of the times we're doing pretty serious material, but I think we have a good balance of finding like lighthearted moments when they yell cut, and just being able to still enjoy the time on set and enjoy working.
Yeah. Is there anything that sticks out in memory with the boys on set? Anything fun that you've done to kind of take a breather? Anything like that?
I mean, yeah, we kind of just, how any friends hang out, we'll just hang out outside of work. But on set, there's definitely been like one moment that definitely comes to mind is when we were doing the Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
We so we're all at the table eating Thanksgiving dinner, and most of the food is edible, but it's kind of like our rule of thumb between the cast is like, probably don't go for the meat, eat like the potatoes, the stuffing, the green beans, like those kind of things, but the meat like is kind of a guessing game. So Niles went ahead and took like a full big bite of the turkey leg, which I don't know why he did that, but then he was trying to stay in character and let the scene continue, but we just could see on his face that something was really wrong. And so then when they yelled cut, it was like completely pink, red, not cooked, raw, cold, and he had to suffer through. Yeah, it sounds like I'm being so mean, but we all were hysterically laughing.
I mean, you kind of set up a rule beforehand, so
right. And now that rule really rings true.
Exactly. So for season 4, when you read the scripts, was there anything, what was the most shocking thing for you plot wise? It could be your character, other characters. What do you think?
I don't know. I think that for my character personally, there wasn't too much, like the details were what I didn't really know, but I did have a meeting beforehand with the writers and the creator, and they kind of gave me an outline of what my plot line was going to look like for the season. But I think that although I got to read it beforehand in the script, like watching just the deterioration of Kevin and Randall's relationship, and how they teased it early in the season, where because you see that you know, they're throwing a birthday party and Kevin says, "We're not talking to Randall, remember?" And then watching it unfold and all the layers that were behind it, I think that was really heartbreaking and probably surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah.
So let's take a moment to think about what if all of you could be in one time period. Okay, so younger Kate, teen Kate, regular, you know, current Kate, and then all of the other cast. Who do you wish that you could share the screen with a little bit more? Whether it be because character or if there's a certain actor.
I don't know. That's hard to say. I really do truly admire everyone that I work with and everyone that's a part of this cast. I thought it was really cool that I actually got to work with Chrissy in an episode. I kept trying to manifest a dream sequence happening, and then it happened, so that was cool. And then even though not on screen, I did get to work with Justin Hartley this year. He actually directed the episode that I did for episode, I think 15 it was, with a lot of the stuff with Mark. So that was cool to get to work with him. But I don't know, to work with any of them would be a dream. It would be cool though if we could all just enter this big dream reality world and do a full giant cast episode. That'd be something.
Would be fun. Let's try to manifest that one.
Right?
Well. See what happens. So for your character's future, do you have any, unless you know too much and you're afraid to spoil, but anything that you'd like for your character to experience the next coming seasons?
Honestly, I always just leave it up to the writers. Because they always have a better vision than I could even try to create. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what Kate will maybe do with her music. I don't know, because I know that we saw that she made the tape for Berkeley, but then with the death of her father and so much trauma, she didn't end up following through with it. And we obviously see that passion spark when she's an adult. So I wonder if even if it's just on her own, just privately, if she's going to be working on music, writing songs, I don't know. Also to see how she deals with the effects of surviving through a traumatic and toxic relationship.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, I, for one, would like to see you sing on the show because y'all, Hannah has her debut single coming out on Friday. That's this Friday, April 17th. It's called Ode to My Anxiety. Are you so excited?
I'm so excited and so nervous at the same time, to be honest, but definitely excited.
Well, tell us a little bit about the song. How did you write this recently? How did it all come up?
Yeah, so during the quarantine, I thought it was a perfect time to try to work on some music because I have like a little home setup, and when I'm filming a lot, my main focus is on that. So I have another passion, which is music. So I wanted to try to work on some. And originally, my producer gave me more of a fun, dancing, up-tempo beat, a little more lighthearted, which I loved, but it was one of the days that I was feeling more anxious than usual. And I remember just saying, like, I don't know, this doesn't feel like me today. Like, spitting it out externally, turning it into a song. And then I never made it with the intention to release it. I just kind of made it for my own therapy. And then once I listened back to it and I played it for, some of my closest loved ones, my producer, he did all of everything else, basically, GM beats. Yeah. And then we actually, once we had finished, it felt like it needed something even more just to fill it all the way up. So, and it's a very personal song. So I thought, who better to add on to this than my own brother? So we actually, the internet.
Wow. Is this a producer? What was the name of the producer?
It out. If I'm being, totally transparent, I get a little bit in my head and a little insecure. So I've had other original music done for like a year that I worked on with him. And I've just sat on it. And then I overthink, and then I get too worried to put it out, and then time goes by. So this is the first time I'm kind of just like throwing my hands up and putting it out there.
So what made you want to put out such a really amazing message? First of all, I love the song. I was saying before, total bop. But the meaning of the song is just as good as how it sounds. What made you want to do that and share that with the world?
I think that, I'm a pretty like private person, and I feel like I don't like to overshare. It makes me feel vulnerable, but I really have, I don't say scariness started happening. We're in a pandemic. That's terrifying. And I know that a lot of people that haven't even previously suffered are now saying that they feel anxious. And so I don't know. I think that when I've been in times of panic, it's been helpful to look at people that are honest and open about it. And so I just thought, instead of like carrying shame about it and letting it take control of me, I'm going to take the power back, and I'm going to talk about what it feels like.
Yeah.
Ground yourself again. So that was kind of the intention.
That I was doing that. I was mantraing hard with that part.
I'm so glad.
It really is. It's that helpful. It's that good and that helpful.
Oh, thank you.
What
so much.
other artists or maybe songwriters or songs take you to that place too? Because we're all kind of always looking for that emotional support in music, right? And that's what you're giving with this. Who does that for you?
I don't know. I look up to a lot of artists. I really I just posted a cover of Breathin' by Ariana Grande, which was kind of a subliminal message, because that song's been really helpful with anxiety for me too. Like the way she just repeats breathing, like sometimes when you're feeling really anxious, your chest is tight and you forget to breathe, and it's as simple as that. Just breathe in and breathe out. And so yeah, I think that song has been a powerful one. So that's why I don't know if people connected the dots, but that's why I wanted to post that cover as well.
It was also a good cover. Y'all go check out her Instagram and you can see it right there. Do you plan on making an album? Do you plan on just kind of slowly doing more music? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I'm planning on releasing like a mixtape / EP later in the year. Okay. I think that this song has a little bit of a different vibe than the rest of the songs do, but I'm slowly finding myself as an artist. And I think that what's kind of connecting all the songs so far is that I'm talking about, serious things, serious topics, or like, some hardships or traumas that I've been through, but not in a way that you kind of want to be in the dark and be somber and cry about it all night. It's like in a way that we can still kind of bring light to it and still make it songs that you can bop to in the car and you can dance to, but have somewhat of a serious meaning behind them.
Yeah, not everything has to be sad just because you're talking about it. And that is another thing that I thought of with your song too.
Thank you. I mean, sometimes it feels good to let yourself be sad. We don't always have to be like trying to vomit positivity everywhere. Like sometimes it's okay to let yourself be upset, but I think that also bringing light to certain situations is important.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that mixtape comes out. What are you listening to right now? What is your quarantine playlist?
I kind of just mix it all around. I mean, a lot of my friends have been putting out music, so I've been listening to that. Or I kind of have a rotation of artists I just like. I love like Summer Walker. I love her, Bryson Tiller, Ariana Grande, Jack Harlow. I just kind of, I don't know, just depends on the day, but I'm just kind of, it's cool now that I'm like writing songs and working on my own music to listen to all these different artists that are all very different, but I enjoy very much, and then kind of draw inspiration from, either like, oh, the way their lyrics are, or, oh, I like how their drum patterns are, or just different things like their melodies. I like to just kind of be well versed, and then you can kind of turn that into your own inspiration, but then create something original from that.
For sure. You were saying that the rest of your songs are kind of a different vibe. Are they still more upbeat, or do you have like singer songwriter type stuff, or do you just kind of have it all?
I think that most of the music that I'm making is the producer, like I said, that I work with is he never produces for like R&B or pop artists, really. It's like mostly strictly rappers and hip hop.
Oh, okay.
But I love the production. So I think what we've tried to find a good marriage between, like, I'm doing melodies and vocals, but it's still on like a beat that a rapper could go on as well. So you still feel that bounce and like that head bobbing, like that you would get in a rap song, but now I'm kind of adding vocals on top of that. So I also love like when you hear in rap songs, like the Migos, for example, in the background, all the like, like all the ad libs. So we're kind of trying to find the marriage between, obviously I'm a singer, but I think those ad libs make the song like even more catchy. So we're kind of experimenting and trying to find our own lane doing that.
For sure. If you had a dream collaboration,
I just think her vocals are insane, and I also appreciate in the same way that I'm trying to, about how she, especially in her more recent work,
into the universe as
I'm
well.
still manifesting over here. Of the season that Barry films on the same lot as we do. So so I don't know how I didn't know that. Now I know, so look out. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I love Bill Hader. I think that he can do comedy and drama, and that's really rare and really awesome. So I don't know what he would be: a long lost cousin, a music teacher, and anything. I don't know. Just that'd be cool. Yeah.
That's a really good one. And I think that would totally work. He is the best. Have you ever seen the movie Skeleton Twins?
Yes. And I love Kristen Wiig as well. So maybe if they want to come on as like
that direction, started singing even more. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd love to if they had that written in the storyline. It's really interesting that they didn't have Chrissy or I audition, like singing in our audition. It just kind of, because Chrissy has such a beautiful voice and that's a passion of hers, they wrote it into the storyline. So I was lucky that they transferred that into teenage Kate's storyline as well. So I also am obsessed with Sid, who does all the music for the show. So when I got to record for the soundtrack, I got to go to his studio and work with him. So yeah, if they'd have me do that again, I would absolutely love to do it.
Is singing live something that you're into? Or is that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had really bad stage fright. I guess when I'm playing a character to her listening to my audition tape for Berkeley, but they didn't have the recorded version on them. So they literally asked me to step off camera and sing live in front of like the whole crew, all the cast that was there. And at that point I had no option but to say yes. And so I don't know, once you kind of face your fear, my mom always says, face your fear and it will disappear. So once I did it, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. And I think that that's really helped me.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have some pop culture questions for you.
Oh,
no quiz. It's not a quiz. It's an opinion.
Okay.
So there are tons of shows on. We're getting more content constantly every day. New TV shows, new movies being released early. If you could be on any show that exists right now, what show would you pick aside from your own?
I know I'm like, this is us. No. I don't know, maybe Dead to Me, just because I love that show. I like the balance between like I like how it's kind of dark humor, like it's, you know, there's like a murder mystery, but it's also hilarious. And I don't know, I think that'd be a fun one.
So they're also doing a lot. Have you watched any of the stay-at-home concerts?
I haven't.
There's
like some of the live streams?
Yeah, or late nights doing them.
I saw a few.
So there's a dream concert that you want to watch on, let's say Instagram Live is doing their version of Coachella. Who would you really want to see? Who would uplift your quarantine experience? Let's just do 3.
Maybe Ariana Grande. I've been liking Dua Lipa's new album.
Yeah.
And she always has stuff to dance to, so that'd be fun. And then and I love Adele. I just think her personality and her voice is great. So maybe
that is an amazing trio. Dua Lipa actually is one of the people that did a live performance on Late Night.
I watched her. That's why it was fresh in my brain.
Yeah. So good. Any podcasts that you're listening to?
I listen to a podcast called Crime Junkies. I'm really into like true crime. So yeah, it's just 2 women that basically explain a true crime story and kind of give their opinions, and then it's a good reflection when I'm driving just to think about. So that's probably my favorite.
Is that something you would want to do? Would you want to investigate a crime like that or a cold case?
I don't know. I always would say, like, when I would get asked, what would you do if you weren't in this industry? Like, one of the answers that I would say is like somewhat of a homicide detective. But then the more I thought about it, I was only basing that opinion off of like that I watched Dateline. But when it comes to like the nitty gritty of having to actually go and do I feel like from my couch, I'm a detective. But when I think about the actual work that I'd be doing, I'm like, I'm going to change my answer. I think I'd be an event planner. But I do love true crime.
Same. It always feels fun when you're sitting by yourself and you think the answer is right, no matter what.
Totally. And my mom my mom is the one that instilled the love for it in me. So like, I don't know. I think people think we're crazy that we're like, falling asleep and there's like investigation discovery playing in the background. That's what I've grown up with around the house. And now it's my comfort too.
It's just what you guys do. All right. One last question for you. Is there any advice that you can give someone, a young person that's trying to come up in the industry, whether it be with music, songwriting, or acting? Any advice that you can give?
I would say that probably there's two parts to this answer. One, just always give 100% of your effort, because this industry comes with a lot of no's, a lot of rejection. And I think that if you're set in the fact that you gave your absolute best effort, that it's going to be harder for you to look back and have regrets and nitpick, because you know that there's nothing more you could have done. Sometimes it's as simple as, they wanted a different hair color, a different height. It's, and then also I would say that you need to be in it for the right reasons. I know that there's a lot of just materialistic things that go on in the industry, but I always root back to the fact that I have a real love and passion for music and for acting, and I just love the craft. So that's what I have to keep reminding myself, especially right now when I'm putting out original music. I just have to know that I love it and I'm passionate about it and I'm proud of it. So it's easier said than done, but I try not to let other people's opinions sway, like, the core root of that. I love it and I'm happy about it. So all the negativity, I'm trying not to worry about it.
That is really good advice. I am going to take it myself. That was good, positive
thanks.
stuff. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today. It was really, really fun to talk to you. I'm so excited. Y'all, this single, Ode to My Anxiety, comes out on Friday, April 17th. Yes. Is there a time? Are you dropping it at a certain time?
It's 12 a.m. on the 17th. So yeah, it's
Thursday
technically
night?
It's technically like right when it turns the 17th. So
okay,
yeah.
Pacific time.
Yes.
Pacific time. So Friday, April 17th.
Actually,
midnight.
No, sorry. I think it's all whatever
midnights?
time zone you're in. Yeah, it's midnight.
Okay. So any midnight, check out Ode to My Anxiety. Follow Hannah. Where can they find you on social media?
All my social medias are Hannah Zeile XO.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you guys for watching. Join us at all of our AfterBuzz TV shows at AfterBuzz TV's YouTube channel. Give us a like, subscribe, comment below, and we will see you soon. I'm Trina Dong. You can find me at Hey Trina Dong. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.